remarks on general discussion on the budget for the year 2025-26. Members of the House, firstly, I extend my sincere appreciation to the honorable members who had actively participated and given their opinions, views, appreciations, and also few queries. I want to extend my appreciation and thanks for their participation, namely Sri Imkong Imchen, Srimati Hekani Jagalu Kense, Sri Temjen Imna Along, Sri T.N. Manen, Sri Achembe Mokikon, Sri Nimne N. Konyak, Sri Dr. Sugato A. Sema, Sri G. Ikato Zimomi, Dr. Nisatu Meru, and Naiba Konyak. On the issue of Naga political issue, most of the members has touched during question hours and also during governor's address discussion. So the matter has been discussed and debated thoroughly, and therefore I shall not dwell at length. However, as pointed out by the honorable member, Sri L. Imkong Imchen, the proliferation of factions is a matter of grave concern, and the issue will be brought to the notice of the Ministry of Home Affairs. Honorable members, L. Imkong Imchen suggested sharing of government's draft comments with this August House in respect of FNTA, the third draft of Memorandum of Settlement with respect to FNTA, Frontier Nagaland Territory Authority, was shared with the state government for comments. As mentioned in my speech, the state government has approved and forwarded the state government comments to Home Ministry. On 6 November 2024, discussion on the comments of the state government are being held between the representative of the ENPO, state government and MHA. The House shall be taken into confidence in due course of time and the appropriate time. But since it is in the initial stage, it has not been brought. Regarding our memorandum to the 16th Finance Commission, we have made our case and the conditions of the 16-point agreement inserted in Article 371A was highlighted in the Commission in our memorandum. We expect that the award of the Commission will be favorable. In the preceding years of government had concentrated on welfare measures such as CMHIS, CMLIS, along with the CMMFI. This has really benefited the citizens during their time of distress and needs. In the coming years, these welfare schemes will continue and adequate budgetary provisions have been provided. This year's budget goes beyond the welfare measures and targeted economic growth aimed at employment generation, considering that unemployment has become one of the most concerning challenges today. Before I go into this topic, I assure the honorable member, Dr. Sugato, regarding the delay payment to the hospitals for the Chief Minister Health Insurance schemes. We will discuss with the insurance company and we'll see that it should be paid on time. Speaker, sir, it is my belief that budget should not be just allocation and distribution of funds among the departments, but an instrument to spur economic growth so that the citizen benefits through increased incomes leading to higher standard of living. Therefore, in this budget, I have announced a number of new initiatives as highlighted, enumerated in my budget speech. A Nagaland Skill Mission. These issues, some of you have also touched and given your appreciations and also a positive comments. I just want to highlight once more so that we are aware and also take advantage with helping and guiding the people. The Nagaland Skill Mission aims to train 5,000 youth in the financial year 2025-2026 in self-employment and private sector's employment with entrepreneurship linked to CMMFI. The mission aims to train and place 5,000 youth in a one-year period with a special focus on emerging industries such as hospitality, tourism, healthcare, logistics, and skilled trade, especially in the construction sector, plumbing, electrician, mason, heavy machineries operations. Under this concessional loan will also be provided to support 500 homestays and 200 transport units under Chief Minister Microfinancing Initiative. B. Living Morong Initiatives. The Living Morong Initiative aims to revitalize and preserve traditional Naga culture and traditions. In my budget speech, I had mentioned about how the morong should be used in the villages where storytellings or the poems and all these rich culture and tradition should be taught to the people, particularly the younger ones. C. Nagaland State Solar Power Vision. To address Nagaland energy deficit, the state solar power vision will provide by the state subsidy of rupees 20,000 per kilowatts, kept at 50,000 per beneficiaries. That means any individual can use this and get the benefit. Drone Training Center. Well, today in the modern world, this drone has been used very largely in flying and locating the targeted places and bombing. But our drone training center is to transport in emergency time or when there is landslip or communication is difficult and become costly. This will become very easy and then will be very cheap. So the new drone training initiative built on this and will provide job-linked training programs in collaboration with private partners for employment-oriented certified training such as drone pilot, drone service technicians, drone software developers, drone survey master, drone surveillance masters. E. Expanding banking access to on-bank block. The government will support infrastructure development for approach road and Paka buildings to facilitate long-term leasing to banks in on-bank block. Further, wherever a bank opens a new branch in an on-bank block, the government will facilitate that all possible government transactions in that block will be routed through that bank so that there's transaction and the people should have kind of bank culture. Then F, capacity building of local bodies and public servants. Aim at enhancing governance efficiency. This initiative will provide structured training for municipal bodies, village councils, government officers to enhance their efficiencies. G, Chief Minister Fellowship Program to develop future leaders of the state among the youth. Modernization and ST. This is also one of the new initiatives. Government will initiate the introduction of a fleet of over 40 buses to the Nagaland State Transport NST this year with improvement of amenities in NST stations. I, fast tracking development in interstate border areas. A fast track the developmental needs of villages in the interstate border areas. New initiative is taken by the government in the current budget with an allocation of 15 crores. This initiative will focus on creation of vital amenities such as building, roads, power, and water supply. And if needs arises, we'll see that even other facilities or funding will be provided. Some members have raised the issue of inadequate of fund for road sector in their constituencies. It is acknowledged that the fund provided is insufficient, but the allocations being distributed as far as possible, as per existing land in each divisions. I thank the honorable members, Srimati Hekani Jakalukense, for highlighting the positive step by the government on emphasis on youth-friendly initiatives, the importance of industrial policy, the startup policy, of the growth of the state economy, and I would like to congratulate her for her proactive role as advisor in the Department of Industries and Commerce. Under the leadership, state's industrial policy has been approved in the cabinet. Moreover, under her, the Nagaland startup policy is taking shape and many startups have taken off. I would like also to congratulate Tamjin Imnalong for ably organizing the 25th edition of Hornbill Festival, which is the best we have seen in this 25 years. Celebration was great and we had got appreciation from all our country partners, embassies and the tourists, and I have received few messages also and also had discussion on that. Speaker Sir, Honorable Member Sri A. Nimni Konyak has raised some pertinent issues which I would like to make little mention. Yes, I'm aware that his question could not be taken up because of time constraint. And he has asked about the 15th Finance Award for Rural Local Bodies grant. Unfortunately, there are three conditions, prerequisite for availing funds. One is 25% audit online of RLB, rural local bodies, as per guidelines. Two is uploading of provisional accounts. That also list should be 25%. These two, though started, it is 25%, but at least they had made some commitment and fulfilling. but uploading of plans, it could not be fulfilled. Since the Panchayat profile could not be updated, there is a column where we have to fill up the detail of the Panchayat election. We cannot proceed with the uploading of plans in the e-Gram Swaraj portal. In this regard, a letter has been sent to the ministry to rectify these issues in the portal. Because we are exempted from the rural local bodies, the 73rd Amendment. Our system is not Panchayati Raj. We are village council. The other day I mentioned in one of the meetings, many of the leaders, civil societies also, even ourselves, people still call, we will have meeting in Panchayat Hall. It is wrong. We are going to have meeting in village council hall. It is not Panchayat. We are exempted. And that's how our village council is not election but selection. And so we could not be fulfilled. I cannot blame the department fully because our system is different. We are exempted. But the ministry don't understand and we have not taken up on time. Anyway, in this regard, a letter has been sent to the ministry to rectify these issues in the portal. The ministry has assured us that these issues will be resolved at the earliest. And I hope that this will see the light of the day. He also raised the issue on a special initiative needed for the agri and allied sector under missions for integrated development of horti. And the horti department has identified 32 horticulture model villages for growing exotic fruits and commercial crops that can be grown according to climate condition and soil feasibility, like kiwi, dragon fruits, your avocado, and persimmon, and also many exotic fruits which are doing very well. Model villages were identified with purpose of one crop, one village to encourage production. Well, it can be or it cannot, even we can relax also even for other crops if there are alternatives. Regarding Naga coffee, the state has expanded and the plantation area and has successfully increased export of 18 metric tons outside the country between 2020-2023 and 48 metric tons was traded in 2024. And Koto had elaborately explained, and I'm happy to learn that there will be a coffee exhibition in Istanbul. I hope our team will do well and I wish them all the best. Honorable Member Sri Achumbe Mokikon has enlightened the House about the Local Area Development Fund initiative of Nagaland and its subsequent adoption across India, particularly in the Parliament. The concern of delayed execution of CSS projects have been flagged and the state has already initiated Nagaland e-proposal system for streamlining submission of proposals, timely release of funds, and execution as mentioned in the budget. I have asked the department to be implementation ready. Honorable members, your participation, you have appreciated this implementation ready. Because when funds come from Government of India, the Finance Department is allowed only to hold 30 days. And if you get beyond that, the penalty is imposed. And you have to pay interest outside the penalty also. But when the fund is released to the department cannot keep the money in the department. You have to spend it. And if you don't spend, then the ministry will ask to surrender the money with interest. Therefore, it is not like those days. The other day in the NEC meeting also, I raised this issue. Now for 2024-25, March ending is come. But we are yet to get our allocations, the project we had submitted, both in donor and NEC. So that means this 2024-25 money, if it comes during ending March, we will be spending this year money to next year. But since it will come only in March, then we'll do paperwork by April, May, June. Then after your paperwork is done during working season, then the monsoon comes, you have to wait for July, August, September, October. And then that means you are not going to spend this money, last year's money, this year also. And it will spill out over to next year also. And therefore, some department who are not being able to utilize their funds, it is decided that we will not accept your proposals. You have to use that 1 year fund for, you want to work for 1 year, 2 years or 3 years, that you have to take off. On the issue of increase of LADP raised by Achumbemo, I think those will be discussed, and we are grateful that late Mr. Wamzo, the former Chief Minister, he did a lot of good things for the farmers. Even VDB was his brainchild, and even LDP, this was also. I was in the government and I was in the cabinet. And when this proposal came, some bureaucrats says, this is not possible. Fund cannot be given to the elected. This will not be accepted. So there were a lot of debates, but it is a political will. And we said we will implement this. So we had done it, and this was adopted, taken very well. Even the Indian Parliament also had agreed, and it is, we are very proud of him. But for all those discussion, we have taken note of, but that needs discussion because it becomes a policy. On the issue of CMHIS flagged by members, the government is aware of these issues, and there is claims and counterclaims by the insurance agency and private hospitals. The dispute cases are being examined by the State Medical Committee for CHMIS and PMGAY, and this will be placed before the Nagaland Medical Council. So if there is any dispute, if there is no dispute, I think payment should be no delay. So the beneficiaries, the patients and the family members, the doctors and the staffs should be very careful in this so that the benefit go to the patients, and then everybody should facilitate that. That is my request. And I will see that government will go into details and see that there is no stumbling blocks. Coming to the finances of the state and on the issue of GST raised by the members, the department is also of the opinion that the GST collection can be improved, and towards this, as mentioned in the budget, the government is establishing RFID reading posts to ensure all commercial vehicles transporting goods are complying with GST regime and the GST is collected. The Tax Department is also establishing a research and analysis wing to properly analyze tax data, detect evasion pattern and optimize revenue collections. The accumulated deficit of the state stood at rupees 1,630.67 crores. 1,630.67 crores during the budget of 2018-19. Though there were variations during COVID years with an increase to 2,679 crores in 2001-2002. The state has been consistently bringing down the revenue deficit over the past few years, bringing down to the value to the 843.21 crores, which is a considerable achievement as mentioned in the financial year 2024-25. We have been able to reduce the accumulated deficit by 62.57 crores. And in this, from 2018-2019 to 2024-25, we have reduced 50% of our deficit, and that is reduced by 787.46 crores, that is 50%. And many of the honorable speakers who participated in the discussion given an appreciation. This is a joint effort. Our officers, collectors, and also the support and the cooperation of our honorable members, and now realizing by the business community, even our local contractor, supplier, business people, few highest taxpayers, Naga business people, they are paying up to 10 to 20 crores annually. So our appreciation to our local who are doing well, and even people, non-Nagas who are doing, they are giving a huge contribution. I hope they will take the responsibilities collectively for the interest of development of the state. The total own tax revenue increased from rupees 846.43 crores during financial 2018-19 to rupees 1,790 crores in financial year 2024-25. It is my firm belief that the budget of 2025-26, with its new initiatives and increased allocation to the department, will lead to economic transformation of the state. I urge all members to guide and support the government and the department to proactively implement schemes for the benefit of our state, particularly youth and the business community. With these few words, Speaker Sir, I commence the budget for 2025-26 to this August House for consideration and passing. Thank you.